of this youth service, which is breaking the cycle. Right? That's our ultimate goal.
That's it.
To break the cycle. The cycle. And as I was preparing for this message, I was thinking, how can you really get a point across with this theme called breaking the cycle? I'll be honest, I was wrestling for a couple of days thinking how everything could get wrapped up, and I began to think, what is the cycle? What exactly is the cycle? And after wrestling with this question, what is the cycle, I came up with a conclusion that most cycles are reoccurring because we lack discernment. We lack discernment. What is discernment? Discernment is how you're able to see something. And I'm going to be honest, Sister Mikey, I didn't understand it until I was kind of going down memory lane in my brain. And I couldn't help but come across a moment about myself where if you know me, you would understand I'm a literalist. So I literally take everything literally. And I didn't understand that, and I didn't notice it. Well, I did notice it. The first time I noticed it was when I was about 5 years old, 6 years old. I was in kindergarten or around there, and I was on an assignment at Hamilton Elementary School. And the assignment wasn't just any assignment, but the assignment was for our class to take a seed, bury it, and the assignment was to manifest it, nurture it, and take care of it until it grows into a plant. He gave us instructions. He said, I want you to put it under the ground. Get a little light head over it, water it, do whatever you can, and I need you to watch it grow. If I could be honest, a couple of days went by. I'm beginning to see everyone else's plant and seed begin to manifest in a big flower, but yet I came to a surprise and disappointment because looking at my seed, it didn't go anywhere. Can you imagine looking at your seed, nothing coming of it, but when you look everywhere else, all you see is fruit. All you see is progression. All you see is elevation. But when you look at your own spot, all you see is stagnation. Lord. I was so confused. I'm going to be honest with you. And I went to my professor, or not my professor, it was a teacher, because I'm in elementary school, so it's not a professor, it's a teacher. This is a babysitter at this point. but I went to my teacher and I asked him, I said, why on earth is everyone else's plant manifesting, but mine is still under the ground in seed form? He said, I bury their seed and I bury mine. What on earth is the difference? And he said, one thing. You didn't water it properly, and the light didn't shine on it properly. In other words, your mindset is you're burying a seed, but your mindset should be planting a seed. I said, what's the difference? It's underground, right? He said, yeah. Well, it's buried. He said, no. Well, I'm like, well, if a corpse is buried underground, then what is it buried? But if a seed is underground, it's planted? He said, yes. I said, what is the difference? The process is the same. The process is the exact same thing. You put a body under dirt, it's buried. You put a seed under dirt, it's planted. Why is it planted? Well, he said the reason it's planted and not buried is because when you look at the corpse, it doesn't carry anything. But when you look at the seed, there's something inside the seed that's ignited by getting buried under dirt. It's something that the seed carries. It's something. That's what's difference. You think it's buried because it goes through the same process. But the difference between the seed and the human being and a corpse being buried is because the outcome is different. You see, the process for many people is meant to be used as a sign that they're dead, but in this process for a seed, it's only meant to cultivate me. It's meant to ignite me. It's meant to process me because I carry something different. Matter of fact, if you can for a second, just look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, what do you carry? They think because you're buried that you're dead, but no. I'm actually planted. It's a difference, I'm telling you, from being buried and planted. Because when you're planted, the outcome is different. You see, I'm planted, I'm going through the same process, but the difference between you and me is because my process is preparing me for something greater coming. I'm planted. And I understand that's why the society is struggling, because our discernment is jacked up. We think because of what you're going through that you're actually dead, but no. What I'm going through is just preparing me for something greater. What I'm going through is preparing me for something, for another level. That's why 50% of marriages don't make it, because we don't understand the plots of the enemy. You have to understand that the enemy wants to jack up your discernment, because he understands if I can get you to think you're actually buried, then nothing else could come of this. But if they understand that they planted something is getting ready to happen, and they just understand that they're buried. There's something about this. There's something about being planted. There's something about misconstruing my process with my destination. The church has been guilty of it for years. We look at people's situation and we say, no, they're buried. But God is saying, I'm using their situation to actually bring forth something. Don't label things that are dead. Don't try to bury things that are not even dead yet. Don't do it. And this is where we enter into our text. Martha. One of the most storied texts. One of the most popular stories ever. Here you have Mary and Martha. If I could just give a quick background drop, these are people who are close with Jesus. They're close with Jesus. The Bible says they ate with Jesus. They ran with Jesus. And they did all these things with Jesus. And the Bible says that while Jesus is away on assignment, something happens. Lazarus, his best friend, Jesus, his best friend, gets ill. And not only is he ill, but the Bible says that he is vexedly ill, which means that he is close to death. And just like any good friend, when they hear this about their brother, they send word to Jesus. They send Jesus an email. They text him. They send him a DM. An inbox. They said, Jesus, you've been our friend for years. All right, we've been rolling with you for years. We've been bragging about you, Jesus. We've been telling everybody what a good father you are. How you're my friend. We've been telling everybody that you've been the man, but now I know that you're away on assignment. But let me tell you something. Your brother, your friend, your road dog, he's sick. And not only is he sick, but he's close to death. So since you my friend, because we eat together, you can come on by, and you know how you put that guy's ear back on his head? Yeah, you can do some of that. You know how you heal the blind eye? Do some of that. Yeah, you know how you healed the one with the issue who was bleeding for 12 years? That's a long time, by the way.